me about Faithful Friends Kentucky and why you started it.
Okay, so my husband and I were pretty much unaware of life inside a nursing home until my mother-in-law went into one in 2018. And as we would go to visit her, we noticed other residents that were just sitting around, lonely, didn't have anybody to talk to, and they saw that we were coming pretty regularly, and they were excited and would try to get our attention and wanted to talk. And so we would start talking to other residents too, and it wasn't long before we had a big group of residents around us in the lobby every week when we would go, or we'd go to the dining room with them and hang out. And so we realized there was a need there, and we started researching and learning. We didn't know that 60 to 80% of nursing home residents never receive a visitor.
Wow, that's a big percentage.
It is a big percentage. And so we went to our church and said, we need some help. We can't do this by ourselves. And they were gracious enough to kind of add us to the ministry list, and we had a little bit of a budget, and we're able to count that as part of our outreach of our church. So we adopted the facility where my mother-in-law lived because it was easier to target resources to one facility. And during the pandemic, we continued to serve them from the outside, but we were getting calls asking if we could go to other facilities and help other facilities, and we just, as one group, we just couldn't do that. And so we went through the process of starting a nonprofit and filling out all the paperwork and waiting on the government, and so got all that done and ready. So really our goal is to help other churches, other individuals take what we've done and do it somewhere else, be able to adopt a nursing home, or even if it's just a resident or a group of residents, and just love on them, serve them, visit them, and just be a friend.
So as far as volunteers, like when you gather volunteers so other people can also do this and you can help them out with that, right?
Absolutely. So we have lots of resources on our website. I'm also happy to go and with you the first time you go. I'm happy to walk you through what volunteering looks like, but we do have training resources on our website and printouts and lots of different things like that, because we want to make it as easy as possible, because honestly it is a little hard to walk into a nursing home. Sometimes it is intimidating, and so we want to take away any of the unknowns and make that easy for people.
What are some tips and suggestions? Let's say someone's watching today and they're like, well, I can do that. Is kids also welcome to come with them?
Yeah, kids are welcome.
Okay.
So if you're watching and you're in another state or another area, the easiest way to start is to just call the activities director at a nursing home and just say, hey, I'd like to come volunteer. Do you have any lonely residents, or could I come help you with an activity or a game or something like that? Could I donate items even? And are there things you need? And they'll be quick to let you know what they need. And so that's an easy way that anybody can jump in. But you know, if you're in our area, we're happy to make connections for you, connect you to facilities, and let you know kind of how to get started and the easiest way to get that going.
Okay, so do you have an inspirational story? I'm sure you've met a lot of people.
I do. So it was Easter Sunday, year before last, and we were actually blessed to be able to do Easter church on Easter in a nursing home, and we had incorporated some various faith traditions into our church service that day, and because we had some different backgrounds, and they had requested that we read through the Stations of the Cross, and so I had printed those off and reading through them, and we were done with the service, and they still had their copies, and there was a gentleman, he's real quiet, and he had asked me to come over, and I came over to him, and he asked me to read for him because the print was kind of small, and so I was reading some more for him, and I'm reading, and he's crying, and I see these tears come down his face, and I said, why are you crying? And I'm thinking he's moved by the Easter story, you know, and he says, I'm crying because of you. I'm crying because you come here every week.
Oh.
It was so important for him to just have somebody come and just show up. And that's really all you have to do, is be a friend, because it doesn't take any special talent. It doesn't take any special skills or abilities. That's why our motto is be a friend. Just be a friend to one and just show up. That's all you got to do.
Thank you so much.